Welcome back to GTU. It's almost the new year, so why not try out a new hairdo?
Why not? Let's give it a go. Joining us now in this sponsored interview is Steven Robertson and Sara Groya from One Salon in Salt Lake City to talk about the hottest hair trends that are coming up in 2024. Steven's nodding at me. Steven, what is in for next year?
I feel like hair cutting is kind of making a comeback a little bit. Hair cutting kind of got pushed aside for the last decade or so, and hair color kind of took over. I think largely because of social media, but it seems like people are getting a little bit bored with just trimming their hair. So hair cutting, I think, is starting to make a difference again.
But color is still in-ish?
I mean, color's in,
okay.
but color was very heavily focused on for years. And I think because social media, because you could present color really well, to a mass scale of people. So hair cutting just kind of got put on the background.
So we were dusting our ends.
Yeah, trimming hair has been really fun for the last 10 years. So it's been nice to actually cut a style into somebody's hair again, because it's been a long time.
So what is the biggest trend? Are we talking about the shag look?
A lot of layers are coming back, and instead of having a really heavy, kind of one-length haircut, people are starting to cut hair around their face. Again, really short crop bobs.
Okay, like Sarah's? Like Sarah's length?
Yes, yeah. And having the natural kind of texture and not having it blown out every single day and kind of letting it exist on its own.
Sarah, tell us a little bit about your style.
Personally?
Yes, because I love that cut.
Me too.
It's cute,
Thank you. I just get up and go, and this is what it looks like.
Is it that easy?
Yeah, but I have naturally curly hair, so it's a little bit different. But I am very into the texture, free flowy hair. I don't really like a blowout personally.
And we were just looking at some of the pictures of all of those wonderful, delicious layers, but we also have a model who is sporting one of our kind of shag looks. Can we bring our model out and take a peek at that? So pretty right here.
Steven, our bang's back. I know Gretchen's been, Gretchen doesn't, you have the sweepy bang, Gretchen over there. I've had the sweepy bang. Dina has that front fringe. What's in for next year?
I think for shags and stuff, Sarah did her hair a couple days ago, and I think with these shags, this kind of cropped fringe is super cute and in, but I think with long hair being layered again, people are growing out their kind of curtain bangs that they kind of went through and are just kind of opening up the face and layering everything now. But with these shags, I think that cropped kind of fringe gives it a vibe, you know?
It gives it a total vibe, and I love the bangs here. It's almost a little bit of a sweep, but a bang as well at the same time.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get the best of both worlds. It's really pretty. I bet that looks really great in an updo as well.
If you have been growing out your layers, are you now cutting them, Steven?
I feel like you should. Yeah, I do feel like you should. Yeah, change it up a little bit. I think people got so conservative with hair color or with hair cutting for so long that they're nervous because once you layer hair, you have to put a little bit more effort into it because it starts to move away from just being in one place.
And if you're worried about all the shag and the layered looks, the bob is back for 2024.
Yeah,
correct?
I feel like bobs, did they ever really go away?
No, they don't.
But
Can we
for
see
a
our model
second, we
come on
had
in?
bobs that were the long bob was really popular for a long time.
I love that cut.
So that kind of collarbone length, but to be a little bit bolder, I think it takes a certain person that has enough confidence to have such a cropped haircut that sits right on their chin line. But
Sarah, whose
cute.
face shape is this right for?
Very lengthy necks, and I feel not square jaws, sorry. Not chiseled, what's the right word?
Like a defined jawline kind of deal. Yeah.
Is this low maintenance, would you say?
If you have straight hair.
Yeah.
I love that this do. It's so silky and soft.
Ange, I had that cut.
You did.
For a lot of years.
And you
bringing
look
it back.
so gorgeous.
We're bringing it back. We're going back. Okay.
Nisha looked so gorgeous in her bob, but it is really great to see Nisha's style now, Steven. I think you are magical. I think what you've done to our beautiful Nisha is just magic.
Well, what I love about Steven and One Salon is you're all about the health of the hair as much as you are the trends.
Yeah, I feel like if your hair's not healthy, then your haircut probably, or your style is probably not going to look healthy. So I do think taking care of your hair is, in my opinion, more important than the style itself. Because we talk about face shapes and all this stuff, what should go on what face shape. And I don't really feel like that matters anymore. I think that's an older way of thinking about cutting hair is what looks good on my face shape, where these days it's kind of in and cool to have a little bit of weirdness in your hair and not have it be the perfect haircut for your face shape, you know.
I love it. Steve and I had this conversation, Angie, is I didn't know if I could part my hair down the middle because of my face shape.
Yes,
You had to get me off that.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want? Do you want to do it?
I mean, you get told your whole life, like, I shouldn't have a center part because somebody at some point told me I shouldn't.
Right.
And it's like, I mean, I feel like you can kind of do what you want these days.
If you want to look as fabulous as Nisha and all of the models, and also Sarah with her great hair over there, of course it's one salon, and they're up in Mill Creek, and you can go just have a party with these guys because they're amazing, all of the fabulous stylists there. Thank you so much for being here.
Do I do the bob again? Do I do the bob?
We're doing it.
Thanks again to One Salon for sponsoring this interview. We'll be back with more GTU after this. Thanks, you too.